Buckle up. This is Musicians and Beyond, where we bring you the backstage info on the life, lyrics, and long journeys of the music industry. Last episode, we had Tyler Levs, a local singer-songwriter. Great guy, great musician. Definitely give him a follow at Tyler Levs, L-E-V-S. And today, we have a return guest, and she has so much to tell us. We have Elisa Smith. Elisa, welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back. Thanks for having me.
You were here not too long ago, and a whole lot of stuff has happened in the interim.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a crazy year.
Yeah, good crazy. What's happened?
Lots of things. So I got inducted into the Recording Academy, so I'm now officially a voting member, which is super exciting.
Wow.
I won a Josie Music Award for Female Country Song of the Year down at the Opry in Nashville about a month ago at this point, which was wild. And my song, let's see if I can get this straight. So my song, What's One More, was a semifinalist in the Wide Open Country American Songwriting Contest. And I'm also a semifinalist in the Road Ready Songwriting. Oh, I'm sorry, the Road Ready American Songwriting Contest. Two of my songs are semifinalists for that too. So a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot going
so
on.
the Josie Awards, you won one of the categories.
Yes.
But you were nominated for 3 of them.
Yeah, that's right. So I was nominated for EP of the Year. My EP, Spirit on the Run, was nominated, which was a huge honor. And then also Female Country Vocalist of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the Josie Awards, that's a big deal. That's not like a little
Yeah.
town-wide thing. That's a big thing. And there was a lot of Massachusetts people there.
Yeah, it was great. There was a huge contingency of like New England folks, so it was great to be able to represent, New England country music, and not just country music. They do all of the different genres, but it was great. It was great to have our kind of New England contingency down there. It's
Yeah.
fun.
And how many people were you competing with for the female country music artists?
Country is by far their biggest category. So they actually had 2 separate categories for female country singer. So I think, and each category I think had maybe 15 people. So and across all 3 categories that I was nominated for, I really was not expecting to win, because everybody in those categories is just so talented, and it was such an honor. I know people say this all the time, like it was just an honor to be nominated, but it truly was an honor to be nominated. Mm-hmm. And so when they called my name for Country Song of the Year, I was sitting next to my husband, and I look at him, and he had a cheer in my face to be like, go on stage. They called your name. You have to go get your award. I was reeling. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely, I felt like it was like an out of body experience.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of like stage fright instantly. You're like, me?
The adrenaline was insane. I remember going down the stairs to get to the stage, to go up on the stage. And I was very, very conscious of okay, one step at a time. Don't fall down the stairs. Keep your legs under you. Don't fall down. Because it was just such a wild moment for me. It was nuts.
Cool. And just to be on that stage where hundreds, thousands of icons have been is amazing.
Yeah, and that stage, the Opry has such a significant meaning to so many artists all around the world. But the meaning that I have for that circle is I think last time we were here, we may have played the song Nashville Angel that I wrote for my grandmother, I think. And so I wrote that for my grandmother. She passed nigh on 10 years ago now. But she unfortunately suffered dementia toward the latter part of her life. And the only thing that she could remember toward the end was going down to Nashville when she was a young woman and going to the Opry and seeing all of her favorite artists. And so the Opry has always been a really special place for me and my sisters. And just being on that circle was such a meaningful moment, because it really made me feel really close to my grandmother. Standing on that wood that she watched so many of her favorite artists play on was just
awesome. You actually gave me
surreal.
chills.
Oh.
You did.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool. That's special.
yeah, very special.
That's special. And you've been in the studio working on some new stuff?
Yeah, so I am not in the studio just yet. I'm still tweaking, writing the lasts of the little bits of songs that are going to go on my next full length. So I head into the studio in March, which I'm super excited about, for my next album called Perfume.
Perfume. And you're doing a campaign.
Yeah.
How do people donate to the campaign for Perfume?
Yeah, so the best way to do that is just directly on my website. That way I get 100% of the proceeds and I don't have to split it with, any of the Indiegogos or Kickstarters. So you just go to www.elisasmithmusic.com, and if you click on the store button, there's lots of different ways that you can donate. You can either pre-order the record. There are like merch bundles that you can pre-order. And then there's also just like a donate button. If you just are a very generous person and want to give me money, which I love, you can just donate that way too, which is great.
That's cool. And it's Elisa, Elisa.
That's right, Eliza. With
So
an
make sure
S.
you spell it correctly.
It's the English spelling.
And you have some great swag.
I do, yeah. So I worked with, there's a really cool perfume company out of New York called Olfactory NYC, and they do custom scents. It's really cool. And so I worked with them to create a limited edition custom perfume called Eliza, which has got like rosewood and jasmine scents, kind of like mysterious, kind of sexy, woodsy. And so that's one of the merch items that you can get. There's some really cool T-shirts that I designed, yours truly, that are like really fun and kind of like 80s looking. What else? There's, we're going to print it on vinyl, which I'm really excited about. It's the first record that we're going to print on vinyl of mine. I don't think we're going to do CDs, just vinyl and digital.
CDs are kind of not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, I had someone ask me the other day for a CD, and I was like, I will have to look and see if I have any. I don't know if I have any left, but yeah, so it'll be vinyl and digital. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff.
It's cool how the old vinyl is coming back.
Yes, it's very cool.
Like one of my kids asked for a vinyl player for
Oh, really?
for Christmas.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
back to the old school.
That's great.
I like it. And you had said earlier you were going to play a couple of songs for us. Maybe
Yeah.
you could play a couple songs, tell us about them.
Yeah.
And then we can talk a little bit more about your writing process and how your brain works and coming up with these masterpieces.
Oh, thanks. Masterpieces. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So the first song I want to play is the song that I won the Josie Award for, the Country Song of the Year, called Nashville Don't Forget Me. And I wrote this song many years ago. I remember writing it in my kitchen. I had just gotten done recording Hitch a Ride, which is my first EP. And I didn't have any kids yet. So I was going back and forth between Nashville and Boston quite a bit and was contemplating moving there. And which ultimately, obviously, I decided not to. But it's just, after I recorded there and kind of lived the artist life in Nashville for a couple weeks, I fell in love with it. And I wrote my love song to Nashville, feeling like it's a home away from home. So that's what this song's about.
Let's hear it. This is Elisa Smith.
Oh, I wish I was in Nashville, the sun on my face, in my dirty old boots, singing my heartache away. These feet were made for leaving, but my nerve ain't strong. So I can't love you like I want to, 'cause I'm too far gone. And it'll be a long time till I'm headed back home. I'm homesick for that country style, and I'm homesick for that Broadway mile. Oh, I'm homesick for you, honey. How Nashville don't forget me. Oh, I'm homesick for that swagger and twang, and I'm homesick for that whiskey and grain. Oh, I'm homesick for you, honey. Oh, Nashville, don't forget me. Oh, Nashville, don't forget me.
I can see why that was the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Eliza Smith, and you can find her on her socials, elizasmithmusic.com. She is on Facebook, Eliza Smith, and on Instagram, Eliza Smith Music. So go on there and support her, and you can find all your music on everything, Spotify, Apple.
Yep, everything.
All of the
Anywhere you
things.
look, Deezer, all of it. Yep.
Cool. So make sure you go and support our artists. We talked about it last time, and I think it was a cool enough story that I want to hit on it again. And you know what I'm going to ask, I think.
Yeah, I do.
If our viewers and listeners notice, Eliza's guitar has had better days, or it looks like it's had better
Oh,
days.
its best days are yet to come.
I like that. So tell us a little bit about this guitar and what's so special about it.
Yeah, so this guitar was a gift from a very special person. Garth Brooks gave me this guitar. I was a student at Harvard, and him and Tricia Yearwood came to give a talk about just their life in the music industry and what it is like and how hard it is. And obviously they weren't lying. And, he mentioned that he gets really bad stage fright. And that really resonated with me because at the time I wasn't playing. I was writing a lot and I loved to play, but I just had kind of fallen off of that piece of my my life. And so after he was done giving his talk, I raised my hand during the Q&A portion and just kind of asked, like, how do you get over your stage fright? Because you're playing to like tens of thousands of people multiple times a week. And so, he asked me my name and what I play, and I told him, and he got this smile, and he said, well, this is what we call being baptized by fire, which is the name of my first full-length album. And he said, get on up here and play us a song. So I got up on stage, and I played a song, and it was horrible. It was terrible. Like, I hadn't played in, like, so long. It was not my greatest moment, but I did it. And it was like a switch had just been turned on, and I started, going to open mics, and I got myself a band, and I started writing even more, going down to Nashville, and so after I played, he gave me this guitar, and it's the guitar that I've played on every album. It's gone all over the place with me and toured with me, and I played at every show and written every song on it, and it's my special lady.
Yeah, what an incredible story.
Yeah, and actually, so after I won the JMA a couple weeks ago, I reached out to him and let him know, and he was like, "That," he was so excited and was like, "That's so amazing!" Like, wahoo! He's like such a kind human, a rare breed. That one.
That's amazing, and
Yeah.
the story speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You can't make it up.
Nope.
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 I know Garth Brooks. So awesome. What else is going on in your life? You have a couple of kids.
Yeah, I do have 2 children. Yes.
2 kids, and you're married.
Yep. Yep.
It must be hard being a musician, especially when you're traveling out of state to leave your family. How do you handle that?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like I feel like there are 2 different people that reside within my me. So, and some people know this, some people don't, but you heard it here. Eliza Smith is a stage name. It's not my actual day-to-day name. And I think, I made that decision early on in my career to use a stage name. It's still my name. It's my middle name and my maiden name. But I think that that's actually really helped me as my career has progressed to kind of separate my home life from my artistry and my main life. Eliza Smith is almost like a character that I can kind of step into, and she's able to say things and do things and act in ways that, mom, wife version of myself may not. Though those worlds do converge quite a bit, like when my kids come to my gigs. But so it's been interesting to see kind of how over the years my life's trajectory has kind of gone a little like this, with the two versions of myself kind of crossing paths and diverging and converging and diverging. I'm not really answering your question, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, for starters, or not for starters, I guess, to conclude, my partner, my husband, is an incredible human and a really, really wonderful, supportive man. And so, when I'm singing songs about like cheating or or killing my husband because he's cheating, he knows that those are not autobiographical. And so I think, I think a huge part of why I'm able to do this is because I have a very supportive partner. Yeah, like, and I think, if I could do it again, I would still make the same choices. I love having a family and I love being a mother, and, it doesn't mean it's not hard sometimes. I have a new song actually on my next record called This Motherin', which is all about how hard it is to be a mom and how crappy it is sometimes. But, you just kind of, you make it work because you don't have a choice. You just got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the general public realizes what goes into a musician's life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time, effort, money away from home, all kinds of things. So it's a hard life that you live in, and it's a lot of competition.
Yes,
but
it is.
You're starting to pave the way.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard, and you have to have a very thick skin. It's funny. So my daughter, she's 3.5, and my son, who's 7.5, loves music, really loves it, loves to dance. But I wouldn't say that he necessarily, I mean, who knows? He's not, like, he doesn't look like he's going to be a musician anytime soon. My daughter, on the other hand, reminds me so much of me when I was that age. And she'll just go into my studio and play the piano and sing. And she sings herself to sleep every night. And she loves playing music and being around music and dancing, and I think she's got the bug. And so, I'm like, to her, I'm like, I am so excited for you, and I am so sorry that I passed this musical bug on to you, because it's a hard life. It's hard. It's very hard.
And when you were small, did you have someone that you looked up to, like your daughter's looking up to you?
Oh yeah. So my dad played guitar, and he played guitar at church every Sunday. And so some of my earliest memories are of him in we had this big, huge vaulted living room that the sound would just reverberate through the entire house back in Illinois. And he would play his guitar. He'd be playing, gospel tunes. And I'd grab all of my stuffed animals, all of my loveys, and I would put them in his guitar case. And I would sit in his guitar case with all of my loveys and just listen to him play music for hours. And my daughter actually does the same thing with my guitar case.
It's amazing. I'll tell you, music really it's enthralling, and it's medicine. And, when my mom was on her last days, you'd play music, and you could see her kind of perk up a little bit. It was very interesting of what music can do, and it's universal, as they say. You have over there a easel, I guess, or a music stand.
You can call it what it is. It's a music stand. Yeah.
A music stand, and you have some chicken scratch on it.
Yeah.
You wrote a new song.
I did.
And you are going to play it for us. Is this the first time you're playing it?
No. I would never do that. I'm not the kind of person that's like, I just wrote the song yesterday. I'm not that kind of person. So I like to have things a little bit more solidified before I unveil them to the public. But it hasn't gotten into my brain yet. So it's new enough that I haven't memorized it.
Yep.
But it's 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 going to go on my next record, which I'm excited
That's
about.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And we had talked earlier, I had asked you, how long does it take until it does get in your brain? And you said sometimes it's a long time, sometimes it's there, but
Yeah, this one, I don't know. We'll see. And the strumming pattern is a little more complicated, and there's a lot of chords, so it might take a little longer. But who knows? You never know. Plus, now that I'm a mom with 2 kids, it takes a long time for me to remember stuff.
you have other stuff on your mind.
I have
I'm
other
sure.
stuff on my mind, but yeah, it'll get in there.
Okay, what was the name of this one?
So this one is called "Mama Was a Leadfoot,"
Mama Was a Leadfoot.
and one thing that's interesting about my songwriting as I get older is. It is, especially on this album, Perfume, it is becoming a little bit more autobiographical. Whereas when I was younger, I would write songs that were, more kind of along those country tropes of like cheating husbands and murdering them with rat poison. I'm just becoming a little bit more introspective and kind of writing about some of my own experiences. So this one is pretty autobiographical. It's probably one of the more vulnerable songs that I've written.
Well, I'm excited to hear it. Here is Elisa Smith.
Mama was a lead foot. Get up and go, flow through her bones. A lightning in a lover's eyes. Burns like hell before it dies. In her mind she was chasing time. Haggard miles and both tail lights. Did she die a little inside, watching the seconds fly? Trying to chase her memories down before she fell behind. Oh, my mama was a lead foot. A woman never shares her pain. It's written in the lines, carved in her face. My mama had her secrets, a twinkle in her eyes shaded by regret. Dust flying in the heat of July, cicada song drowning in her fire. Music loud to hear the sound of her heart before it broke apart. Pieces left to red hot nights beneath the silver stars. Oh, my mama was a lead foot. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Mama, mama. Oh, mama. In her mind she was chasing time. Haggard miles and bull-tail lights. And she died a little inside, watching the seconds fly. Trying to chase her memories down before she fell behind.
Elisa Smith. Awesome.
Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, we can move it. So great song, great storyline.
Thank you.
You have a lot of gigs coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and you usually play with the same bunch of musicians.
Yeah, I mean,
who is
yeah.
in your band and who plays on your albums?
Yeah, so those are two different groups of folks.
Okay.
But in my band that I play with around, the kind of the main cast of characters is, of course, my partner in crime, Erin Bonney. Who,
She is a character.
She is a character. Yeah, she's awesome. She's working on her own project right now, which I think she was on promoting.
Yes.
That's so cool. She's so great. So she plays fiddle and sings. And then we've got Whit Love, who is my guitar player, which is such a great name. I'm so jealous.
And that's the real name?
That's his real name.
Wow.
I know. It's so unfair. Some people are just born with great names. And then there's Brandon Downs, who is my bass player, who's great. And then Matt Rossetti, who goes by Steady Matt Rossetti, and he's on drums. So those are the folks that I gig around with and play at shows generally. Sometimes I have subs come in and out, but that's kind of the main crew. And then in Nashville, it's a whole other group of folks that I record with. I'm excited. Erin's going to be on this record of Perfume. She's been on every record, at least singing. So she'll be on Perfume as well, and also playing some fiddle on that, which will be fun. But I usually have the same bass player. His name is Tim Denbo, who's another Berklee grad, who's awesome. He's just great. And then my producer, Caleb Gilbreath, is another Berklee grad, and he also drums on all of my stuff. I just love him. Like, he's such a great drummer. And also, I think one of the reasons why I love working with Caleb so much as a producer is because we just really get each other. And for vocals, he's such a brilliant vocal producer, which I don't think he would necessarily say that about himself, but he is just really good working with vocals. I've worked with a lot of producers on vocals, and he's fantastic. Super comfortable, really understands kind of what needs to happen, really knows how to like pull stuff out of you, and knows when you're tired, sometimes better than when you're tired. And then the other musicians kind of come and go. I found out actually something funny the other day. So I was looking up the credits. I emailed Caleb because I was curious about who the credits were for a song of mine, and he mentioned that there's this other artist named Brad Sample who sings on my song "What's One More," which was the semifinalist for the American Songwriting Competition. And he told me, he was like, "Oh yeah, Brad played guitar on that." And I was like, "What? I had no idea that Brad played guitar on that. I thought it was this other guy." And he's like, No, I wanted it more twangy. So Brad came in and laid some stuff down. So he's awesome. He's a really great artist too, with an incredible voice, super unique. So check him out too. But so yeah, he plays on some stuff too.
Awesome. So what is the actual reason why you would use different musicians in the studio for your album than who you're out on the road with?
That's a great question. It's really common to do that, especially once you get into like Nashville, LA, New York, those areas. It's super common to have studio musicians and then your touring musicians. And that's because touring musicians need kind of a different set of skills than studio musicians. Studio musicians need to be incredibly precise. They need to be able to work really quickly and nail it kind of the first time, or some thereafter, like only take a couple takes because, time is money, right? So they need to be extremely precise. Whereas when you're on tour, you kind of want people, first off, you want people that are really fun to hang out with, but also, you want people who have a little bit more like showmanship, who are really creative. Not that you don't want that in the studio too, but it's just a different set of skills. And so while I love the musicians that I tour with and that I play with, I also love the musicians that I record with as well. Just different sets of skills.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. We had talked earlier, you have some gigs coming up, and what I find interesting about a lot of our guests is they're doing it obviously to make money, but because they love it. But a lot of our guests give back to the community, and you have a pretty big gig coming up that benefits a charity. Can you tell us about what gigs are coming up, and let's promote that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's an organization in New England called the New England Americana Fest, and they put on different shows and bills. They're big festivals in the summer, but then every December, they also do this really cool event at the Medford Brewing Company where it's pandemonium. There's 2 stages with a bunch of different bands. Every band is playing about a 15 to 20 minute set, so about like 4 to 5 songs. And it's just kind of like rapidly going back and forth between the 2 stages. So there's usually like a kind of like a smaller acoustic stage and then a full band stage. So I'm doing that, and that's on December 12th it's a Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. And I think it's a long event. It starts at 5 and then goes all the way till 10 p.m. But I think we're on around like 8:30ish. So really, really excited for that because that's just always a really wonderful time. And it's to benefit Boston Children's Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, which is fantastic. So that's at the Medford Brewing Company. So we've got that, and then there's a new venue that just opened up in Haverhill called The Nerve, which we're super excited about. It's a great space, and on Thursday nights they do country nights. So I'm playing a small kind of solo set this upcoming Sunday, which will be lovely. But we're looking at scheduling some dates in January and February. So, keep track of my website because I'll be posting a bunch more dates coming soon.
Again, it's ElisaSmithMusic.com, and it's Eliza with an S.
That's right.
And we can find out everything about her, where she's going to be playing. You can buy your swag, download music. Let's see here. What else?
What else? I know we've covered a lot of ground.
We did cover a lot of ground.
I need to not talk so fast.
Yeah. What other gigs do you have coming up besides those couple that you?
Yeah.
you
So we're I'm working on getting things. Let me start over again. I'm working on getting things on the books for the winter and the spring. So looking at our old standbys like the Plow and Stars and places like that. So just stay tuned, and we'll be posting some dates pretty soon.
That's fun. So you have small venues that you play, and you also play in front of quite a few people.
Sometimes.
Do you feel different in an intimate venue than you do in a big crowd?
That's a great question. Let me think about my answer. I don't feel different. I had to think about that one. I don't feel different. I think, I am an extrovert as true as they come. I am very, very energized by people. And so I think, one of the wonderful things of playing at like a place like the Plow, when you're on the floor and there's people right in front of you and they're dancing and you can see their faces is just that. They're right in front of you. You can see their faces and it's super fun. And, it's like rowdy and ruckus. There's a, there's a new song on my next album that I just wrote last week, that I'd been meaning to write for a while, called Never Too Good for a Dive Bar. And when I was writing this song, I was thinking about it. We used to play at Toad a lot before it changed to McCarthy's, before new management. But when Toad was older, we used to play there a lot, and we play at the Plow a lot, and the Rum Line in Gloucester. So we, dive bars are kind of like our home. It's like our meat and potatoes. And I love playing dive bars. I absolutely love it. And, Garth Brooks still plays a lot of dive bars every once in a while. I saw Neil Young at Toad many years ago, but he just popped up. It's funny. Sorry, side story. His wife was playing, and and I remember nobody knew it was Neil Young at the time because he was like kind of in the back and he had his like hat down and he was just playing his guitar, and everybody was like, "That guitar player is insane! Like, that guitar player is so good! Like, who is that? Like he's amazing!" And then there was a moment where he lifted up his hat and people freaked out because it was Neil Young.
Imagine, yeah.
And Toad is this like rinky-dink tiny little place. So you're never too good for a dive bar. But when I play really big venues, I've played some really, really big venues, and just the adrenaline of being on a big stage where there's lights and the sound system is actually good. You can hear what's happening. It's a totally different experience, but it energizes me in a completely different way. But I love them both. Mm-hmm.
So you're very happy doing what you do now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hope to be doing the same exact thing in 5 or 6 years?
No.
Or do you, well, tell us, what do you want to do in 5 or 6 years?
It's funny.
That was supposed to be a segue.
So my when I won the JMA, I texted my mentor, who was an older Nashville guy. He such a wonderful person, and I let him know what happened, and of course he was really not surprised. He was really excited. He wasn't surprised at all, but he was very excited. And I was like, now I just need to get to play on the Opry stage. That's my next goal, is to play on the Opry stage. And he said something so funny. He was like, you're going about this a little backwards, first winning an award on the Opry stage and then you want to play, but whatever floats your boat. He's like, and I, absolutely, like, of course you're going to play on the Opry stage many, many times. So that's like my new kind of North Star. And I mean, that's always kind of been my North Star, but that's where I'm really trying to get to. That's my dream.
Awesome. And winning an award like that, it must open other doors.
Yeah, it does. You know what I didn't even mention? So next week, I'm so excited. Next week on Tuesday, I'll be on the Culture Show for WGBH, which I'm super excited about. I listen to it every day when I pick my son up from school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, who knows? The sky's the limit. I think when you're an independent artist, and I mean truly independent, because I don't have a manager, I don't have an agent, I don't have a booker, I don't have a touring manager. Like, it's literally just me.
Yeah, you do it all.
I do it all. You have to be really tenacious and also very gracious and also very patient. It's like a whole mishmash of conflicting personality traits that you have to be able to do this business and to keep at it. And so, the JMA was the first award that I've ever won. And I've been doing this for a while. I've been nominated for a lot of awards, but I've never actually won. And it was just such a wonderful affirmation of like, yes, like this is it. Keep going. Like, just keep working hard, keep your head down, keep doing your music to the best of your ability, and writing and singing and performing songs and writing songs that feel compelling to you, and you'll get there.
Yeah. I love how humble you are. Earlier you said that you weren't really expecting to win
No,
the JMA, and you said because there were so many other good artists.
Yeah.
Which is really cool that you kind of put yourself in there and looked at the others and said they're damn good too.
Yeah.
When you're in a room with some incredible artists, it must put a little fire under your butt to get better. Like the people that play in Nashville, there's so much competition.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who inspires me the most actually is, of course those folks, right? But so I've started teaching songwriting at Berklee College of Music, and I have to say, every time I'm done teaching a class, I am so inspired by my students because they're just so wide-eyed and so creative, and they're not they're not like jaded by the industry yet. They're just like in school, they're undergraduate students, they're like working stuff out, and it's so inspiring to be around them and working through their questions together and working through kind of some of their challenges together. It's just really inspiring. And so I think teaching has certainly made me a better songwriter as well, which is great. I was not expecting that to happen, but it did, which is a happy accident. So it's great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Before we go and say goodbye, would you play one more song for our audience? We
Yes.
would love that. And to our audience, our listeners and viewers, please make sure you check out Eliza Smith at elizasmithmusic.com. On Facebook is Eliza Smith with an S, and Instagram is Eliza Smith Music, and make sure you give Musicians and Beyond a follow also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's hear Eliza Smith.
Yeah. So which one do you want? I've got two more. I've got one that's going to go on the next album called Spilled Whiskey, or I've got the one that was nominated for the American Songwriter semifinalist.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to hear them both.
Okay. All right. Great. Let's start with. We'll start with What's One More. Oh, and actually, funny about this, I mentioned Brad Sample. He sings on this song too. It was a duet with Brad Sample.
Left your boots in the hall again. Track that money across the cookie boards. Babe, when there's fingertips, the sadness in your kiss, strangely familiar. Then I felt you whisper, whiskey and embers. I began to remember when you figure it out. Don't wanna know. Never wanted you to stay, rather you go. I've been doing just fine without you around, but I've had one too many drinks in this town. So what's one more? What's one more time? Drowning in your eyes. What's one more? One more. What's one more time? Kissing you goodbye. One more. One more. When you figure it out, don't wanna know. Never wanted you to stay, rather you go. And I've been doing just fine without you around, but I've had one too many drinks in this town. So what's one more? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right, and so this last one is a, it's going on my next record. It's called Spilled Whiskey. All right. We were young, we fell in love, climbing trees and scraping on our knees. We learned to dance, we learned to get tough, quit our crying over the little stuff. Ain't no use crying over you, but now I've spilled my whiskey too, and the tears fall like they do. 'Cause every wasted drop is a memory of you. Now I'm crying over you and spilled whiskey too. Time had a way of breaking me down. Forgot who I was with you around. And now you're gone and all I wanna do, remember more of me, forget more of you. I remember Mama said, quit you crying. It's just a spill, girl, you ain't dying. But spills ain't got nothing on me. With my broken heart and my right gut of whiskey, there ain't no use crying over you. But now I've spilled my whiskey too, and the tears fall like they do. 'Cause every wasted drop is a memory of you. There ain't no use crying over you, but now I've spilled my whiskey too, and the tears fall like they do. Every wasted drop is a memory of you, and now I'm crying over you and spilled whiskey too.
Wowzer. Eliza Smith, great energy in that song. We want to congratulate you on all of your past accomplishments and all of the future things that are coming. And here's the title for your next song.
Great, love it.
A bottle of wine in a straw.
A bottle of wine and a straw. I think I can work with that.
Thanks for coming in and being our friend.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for being my friend.
Of course.